bringing the sit bones or the hip joints so that the spine is nice and vertical. And the breath is easy. If you haven't muted yourself yet, now would be a good time to do that. Perhaps bringing a small smile to your face, just turning up the edges of the mouth for a little smile today. Yogananda says smiling brings prana or life force into the body, and I think we could all use a little extra life force today. We're going to do a little bit of core strengthening work in the chair today, and also when we come to standing. And so we're going to start with a few adaptations. So we're going to start at the base, and then we're going to build. At any point is as we build, if you decide that it's a little bit too much, you can always go back to where we initiated the practice. So the first action is going to be bringing our hands, our fingertips to rest on the back of the head. If this doesn't feel good, you can always bring your hands to your shoulders or even cross your arms in front. You decide what feels best for you. Draw the belly up and in, and find your breath here as the belly button engages toward the spine. And then gently, we're going to bring that left elbow to or toward the right knee. Come back up. The out breath is going to be easier when we twist and take it now to the other side. You determine how deep your twist is, and breathing out to touch or to aim, breathing in to center, breathing out to touch, and breathing in to center. We'll do that a few more times. And pause in the center, release the hands. And now we're going to kick it up a notch. So you can always stay with this. Now we're going to bring our hands here, bring the knee up. So we're going to start with the right knee, and then the left elbow comes toward the right knee. And then that foot comes back to the mat. Switch sides. Breathe out and in at center. Breathe out and in at center. Keep the breath moving here. Engage the abdominal muscles again. Draw them in toward your spine. We'll do one more time on each side. And I hear breathing. We're going to pause here just for a moment. Slide the hands out on the kneecaps. Press into the kneecaps to lift the heart. Draw the belly button in and up here, and keep the breath moving. So it's possible to engage the abdominal muscles and still have breath. Okay, now we're going to take that up a notch. Remember, we have this action and this action. And now we're going to bring the leg up and extend it and come back to center. Hands rest in the back of the head. A knee comes up The leg extends, we twist, and we come back to center. You can adapt this to any of the levels that we've already done. We're breathing here. I don't know about you, but I do know about me, and sometimes when things start getting tough, I like to hold my breath. I'm going to invite you to not do that. One more time on each side. And when we come back to center, we're sliding our hands out to cup the knees. The heart lifts again. This time as we lift the heart, create a little back bend. So there's a little rocking forward on the sit bones as we lift the heart. And then we're going to relax down and come into a cat posture. So now the chin comes toward the chest and the back, the scapula, the shoulder blades widen. And then we come back up, the shoulder blades now draw together. This time release the hands behind you to exaggerate the shoulder blades drawing together and feel how that keeps and alive. One more breath here. And then the arms are floating forward. Interlace the fingers, flip the hands, and now we go into that cat arch. So we draw the chin to chest and we expand between the shoulder blades. Breathe here. And again, let the hands float back as we lift the heart, draw the shoulder blades together. Keep the breath moving. And then one more time, bringing the hands forward, interlace the fingers, flip the palms of the hands. As we roll back onto the back edge of the sits bones and expand through the back body. Releasing the hands, we come back to neutral and we come back to our breath. Deep, rich, even breath. Is your jaw soft? Can you let the jaw relax just a little bit? We're going to do a little bit of an adaptation. Now there's going to be 2 levels here. You get to choose which one you want to do. We're going to sweep the arms open, bring them up, then float down and come to rest on the thighs. If you'd prefer to go deeper, the hands can come to the floor and the head releases. You decide which level feels best to you. To come out of wherever you are in this posture, we're going to extend the arms and we're going to hinge up. Draw the belly in as we do this. Coming on up. Hands come above our head if that's available. Then they float down to heart center. And then we fold again, either to the thighs or to the floor. Breathing in, we're going to rise. Draw the belly up and in to do this. Hands come to heart center, then they relax down and we fold again. You find your version and then breathe in to rise. We're going to do that a few more times. You find your version, find your flow, allow your body to let you know what feels good for you today. And we'll do one more sweep, one more travel through this posture. And then we pause in our seated mountain. Come to standing now. So to do that, walk your feet back, come onto the ball mounds of your feet. Release your arms, let them dangle, then drop the heels to rise up. And I'm warmed up now. So when we were on the, coming to the thighs or the floor, we're kind of doing a variation of Warrior One. So now we're going to take a Warrior One posture. I'm going to step forward with my left foot and my right foot comes behind. I'm going to bend the back knee and the front knee is bent. We're aiming the front knee at the second and third toes. So the tendency here is for the knee to come towards center, bring it back. And now we're going to rise. So draw the belly in to rise up. And now we fold again. Maybe we're folding to the top of the thigh. Maybe we're folding to the floor. Your choice. Pause and breathe. To rise out of this, draw the belly up and in to activate the arms while stabilizing the front knee. We're going to fold again. Remember that back leg is nice and strong. We come to the front, top of the thighs, or to the mat. We breathe 3 breaths here. And then to rise, we're engaging that belly again, coming on up. We'll do that one more time. Breathe here. 3 breaths. And when we're coming up, the belly engages to lift the arms. Straighten the front leg. Turn that back leg so that the foot's flat on the floor and the foot is angled at about a 20, 30, 40 degree angle. Hinge forward. Front leg is straight, back leg is straight, the back leg's turned out. Bend the front knee, release the hands, come on up. Then turn the toes forward. Bring the chest parallel to the floor. Wag your tail a wee bit. And then to come up, draw the belly up and in and hinge up. Nice flat back. And now we're going to turn our feet in the other direction. So we start with the back knee bent and the front knees bent. Got a nice stretch going on in the hip flexor on the extended leg. We're going to go through 3 cycles here. The arms rise up and the forearms can come to rest. Straighten that back leg. Forearms come to rest on the thigh or the floor, the fingertips on the floor. 3 breaths. And when you found the 3 breaths, draw the belly up and in. Nice flat back, coming on up. Pause here and fold again. Bringing the forearms to rest on the thigh or the hands on the floor. 3 breaths here. And when we rise, we draw the belly up and in to support the lifting of the arms. Pause and breathe. And fold one more time. Your choice as to where the fold lands. And then we come back up, extend, reach to the sky, and hands come to heart center. We're going to release that back foot, turning it to an angle. And then we straighten the front leg. Hands come to heart center, and we hinge forward, any amount. So this works the inside of the thigh of the back leg and the hamstrings on the front leg. And to rise out of this, bend the front leg. Come on up, toes turn forward. Feet are wide. Shake your tail as we come into a parallel posture. And now from here, we're going to take our hands either to the floor, under the shoulders, or to rest on the thighs. And we breathe 3 breaths here. Release your head. You might be looking around, straining the neck. Just let your head go. Shake it yes and no. And then the hands are going to come to the right side, holding the foot, the ankle, the calf, the thigh, behind the knees, wherever your hand feels comfortable.
Hi, baby.
And we breathe 3 breaths there. Then we come back to center, breathe 3 breaths in the center. Hands can rest on the thighs or the floor. And now we're taking it to the other side. Outside of the foot, the ankle, calf, thigh, wherever your hands feel, your body feels is most appropriate for you today. And then we come back to center. This time we're going to extend our hands behind the legs. So they're between the legs, but we extend back. Bend your knees as much as you need to place your hands on the floor. If bending the knees doesn't get the hands on the floor, no worries. Just rest them on the back of the thighs. We're going to come out of this with the hip hinge and an engaged abdominals. So breathe in, draw the belly up and in. We're going to sweep the arms forward as we hinge up. Woo-hoo! We're coming into a nice X in our body. We're going to reach through the hands, press into the feet, take up our whole space here. Feel your whole body enlivened from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head, from the toes to the fingertips. And then we're going to draw the hands together, and we're going to either step or hop our feet together, and we come back into a mountain. Arms sweep up. We fold first to the thighs. Let the head relax. Breathe in to rise. We're going to the shins now, folding to the shins. Float the arms up. We're going to the floor now. If you have it in you, you can also pause at the thighs or at the shins. When we get to the bottom of the fold, wherever that is for you, and you can bend your knees as much as you like, shake your head yes and no. And now to come out of this, make your knees a little bit soft. Draw the belly up and in. We're going to take our arms forward now. We've got a little bend in the knees, so we're coming up through a little bit of a chair. Here we go. And then the hands come to heart center. Let the jaw be soft. Find your breath here. And then we're gently going to make our way back to our seat. I got warmed up, did you? Excellent. Got a couple thumbs up. Okay. So we're sitting on the edge of the chair. We have a nice long spine. We're going to revisit where we started our practice today, which was with our core work. So we begin with our hands resting on the back of the head. And we're going to bring that left elbow to the right knee and back to center. And switching sides, it's the out breath and the in breath. We'll do a couple of times on each side. And you might notice whether or not this has gotten a little easier. We really did a lot of core work today with our standing postures. And then we're going to pause, let the hands relax down. And now we're coming to the next iteration. So you can stay with that one, or you can come to the next one, which was the lifting of the knee. And back to center. The out breath is the lift and the twist, and back to center is the in breath. We're going to do it 2 more times on each side. Follow your breath. Good, breathing. Back to center, release the hands. Slide the hands out on the knees. Press into the knees to lift the heart. And then the last iteration is bringing up the knee and extending the leg. Again, this is available, or it's this. Your choice, hands come to rest. Fingertips on the back of the head. We'll start by drawing up that right leg and extending it if you'd like, and then coming back to center and down. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And one more time on each side, breathing in. And one more time. Pause here. Sliding the hands back. Extend the arms behind and draw the shoulder blades together while simultaneously lifting the heart and bringing the belly button in toward the spine, up and in. Now we come forward with the hands, interlacing the fingers, flip the hands, draw the belly button up and in, chin toward chest, as we gently reacquaint ourselves with this upper mid back. And then we relax and release, and we come into our Shavasana. So I invite you to just settle in with the breath here. Best posture. The heart is a little bit lifted. We're allowing ourselves to settle in to the sits bones, so dropping the weight into our pelvis completely. Notice your jaw. Can it be a little softer? Yeah, there's deep, rich, and even. As a courtesy to the studio, I invite you to mute yourself if you're not already muted. Thank you. Today's readings are from Yogananda and John O'Donohue. Yogananda says, make every day a day of thanksgiving, and continuous contentment will sparkle in your body, mind, and soul. I like the idea of the sparkle, body, mind, and soul. John O'Donohue speaks in his voice as he says, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos, order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home.